Hello everyone, Gamer Zero here. Someone asked me to do a build where there was a pistol for the main character that they're using and a rocket launcher for their Arphasis. And I thought that was kind of interesting for sure. But anyway, I went ahead and I threw one together and, well, let's be honest, the Arphasis is pretty useless for damage. The only thing that Arphasis is ever going to be good for is support. So with that in mind, there is a long-range launcher that is still really good for damage on the Arphasis that also, yeah, because of the long range, she could still use support skills, meanwhile getting whatever else uses you want out of that launcher as well. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get into this. Here's the main stats. There's 127 strength because that's what's required for the long stroke type Z. Towards the end of the video, I will show the locations where all these weapons, where you can get all these weapons, and I will also show how effective this is as well. Anyway, 102 vitality, just in case you want like heals or something. 231 intelligence in case you are in case you're alone and don't really have your Arphasis support, so you could really use this build at any time. 206 AGI just in case you want like Speed Form 4 and gives you like a decent amount of defense because AGI is the best defense stat. Dex for damage, overall weapon damage, and for critical damage. And 254 luck, so that way you'll get more crits from this weapon, which is a crit weapon. For your main character, it's more like a quick shot build. Shield Matrix 2 to protect yourself from heavy hits because you're kind of squishy while using this build, though the damage is really good. Viral shot, so you'll have the armor break and power break, and it also has a kind of a hidden effect I've noticed. It increases your crit rate a little bit for whatever this is applied on. Quick Shot 2 and Quick Shot 3. Some might be asking why it is that there's no Quick Shot 4. Quick Shot 4 just claims to recharge faster than 3. It is a little bit more effective, but it kind of lies to you. It doesn't actually recharge as quickly. It's actually longer than Quick Shot 3, even though it says it's shorter. So the best thing to do, in case you have your weapon art so you could spam, is a combination of 2 and 3, and if you just click L2 for the aim, you know, whatever your aiming button is while you activate those two, and just continuously spam them, you could do a cancel animation, which is something you'll do if you have your weapon art. Otherwise, it does more damage while it's recharging if you don't cancel it and you just let it go all the way through, so that's something to keep in mind. Skill freeze, because, you know, it's an extra skill slot, and this will be good for special invitation run on Levere, which is what you will need to get both the Arphasis launcher and this character's pistol as to kill Levere on special invitation. Human Fortress to keep yourself from being staggered or knocked back. Speed Form just to go extra fast if that's what you want. Healing Field 4, which is again why we have 102 Vitality. First Aid, I really hope I don't need to explain what that does. It's pretty self-explanatory. Anti-ailment Kit 2 prevents you from being stunned or burned or poisoned. Resurrection Kit, anyone with on your team within the immediate area gets automatically resurrected if they're dead. And then Electromagnetic Stun Mine. The Long Stroke Type Z pistol is the pistol you're doing for the damage here, and it has, well, these are the perfect chips you want for it. This is obviously the bounty version, so you could either get this through bounty or through special invitation, which I'm going to be showcasing here in a minute. And this is the Crimson Roar launcher, the Crimson Roar Type 3. This is a really close range launcher, but the reason it's on here, on the main character in particular, is because it's big damage and critical rate. Not only can it be fun for just going up and dealing damage to a group of enemies, because it's really close range, so it'll shoot directly on the floor. Not only is it good for that, but if you are dealing with like a giant mech or something, you know, those really, really giant ones, you can just shoot it at them, and once it crits, sometimes if you do more damage and more damage regardless, either way, it will knock them down, it'll stagger them, make them bend over, and you could just go and shoot their weak point with the pistol. So that's pretty useful. This is the kind of accessory I would recommend for this, unless you want to do more damage, in which case you can work with like Dex or something. But because it's quick shot, if you're going to be doing most of your damage with quick shot, but instead of max HP, what I would actually recommend is recharge time, because negative recharge time will help you recharge the skill faster, do more damage, and that's why it's also on here. So life forms, mechs, avoid instant death could never hurt. Recharge time's always useful for a build like this. So anyway, that's what that looks like. And for your AI, so keep in mind, I never use my AI, so I do know how to build her up. I am good with this, but on this particular account, all her skills are level 1. She has the Dibikatos Type Z, which is the launcher you get from Special Invitation. Her pistol really doesn't matter. The point is just that she has the weapon art available to spam heals and stuff or whatever for support. As long as it goes on there, it'll work. You know, it could be the Night Sky like I have on there, or it could be the Procyon SL4, you know, just whatever kind of pistol fits. Anyway, 67 strength is the requirement to hold the launchers, so that's what's on here. Same thing for the Dex. And just keep in mind, the first pistol, it always has to be something that already fits with the requirements, or else it's just wasted. The Intelligence 240 is because this actually allows you to have all the support skills you need, including the most intelligence required one, which is Nanotech 4. It's actually very useful. It boosts all your stats. Just max out your vitality after maxing out your AGI. 'Cause AGI, most defense, vitality, most defense with a little bit of extra HP mixed in there. And then afterwards, luck, because luck gives defense too. And also, it is a great way to boost the damage of the launcher for... Oh, I assume that's what the person who wanted the launcher build for the Arphasis wanted, was damage, so crits for that launcher. So, anyway, let's go ahead and show you the gadgets first here. It's the same idea. I had an extra spot, so I threw Toxic Knife in. If it actually hits, that would be useful, because most bosses are actually... A lot of them have a resistance to things like stun, blaze, or poison, but the ones that don't, or if it does hit, regardless, it's going to be helpful, because rather than raw damage or set damage, it does a percentage of damage to their health bar. And this is a PvP launcher, but for the PvE, all you want is mechs in place of where the humanoids is here, so just keep that in mind. Just put the mechs where the humanoids is. Because you run into mechs more often. This is what you want your pistol to look like, chip-wise, but again, it could be any kind of pistol, you know, like SL4 or this one, just whatever already fits on it. And it's going to be good to have a recharge time on her as well with the HP recovery, so she heals herself constantly and she could spam skills even when she doesn't have a weapon art, pistol weapon art active. And it would be useful for her to have recharge time on this too, but the point in this is mechs for defense, can defend against bullets with physical defense. She also has vitality and AGI for natural stat boost to make her more tanky. So now onto the skills. As I said, they're all level 1, but what you're going to want is Crit Form Shot 3, because particularly a little hidden effect in there that has been discovered is with Critical Form Shot 3, it increases critical hits crit rate, but with Crit Form 4, if this is what you want instead, it increases the damage instead of the crit rate, which is a hidden effect. It does not state this. AED, so your AI could just pick you up once you're downed, And you're going to want Healing Field 3 and 4 in these 2 slots, but as I said again, I only got level 1 of these. The launcher. Human Fortress 1 specifically, because if you do anything higher than that, it will override your defenses with a weaker defense. You do never want to have more than version 1 on her. This to keep her from being knocked back so she can continue to support you while being attacked. Power Field Shot 4 and Guard Field Shot 4 is what you want. And then Nanotech Boost Shot 4 as well, which will increase all of your stats. Like, it will just increase everything. Your defense, your damage, everything, all out by... I don't remember the amount. I think... It's been a long time since I checked in this, but I think by like 40%. It is a huge increase. It's definitely worth having. So anyway, here's the stats. And, yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you now where the Crimson Roar is located, and then after that I will show you the location as well as a run-through for the Type Z launcher that's on the AI and the Type Z pistol on the main character, because you can't get the launcher from bounty, but you can get it from an invitation. And with the pistol, even if you don't have the bounty pistol, you could still get it through special invitation. And I'm going to be running through it with a friend, so that way I could continue just have it this way, and without having to, you know, put on the extra skills or whatever to have to do my own run through, you know, so you could see it with the nanotech stat boost and everything. You know, you're gonna get a good view as to what this build is actually capable of while being supported by your Arphasis or anyone else. Of course, your Arphasis can't go into you with hardcore missions like the one like special invitation, but again, that's why I'm gonna have a friend of mine supporting me through it, so you could see how good the build does. Now I'm going to show you where the Crimson Roar for the main character is located, and then afterwards I'll get on to the other one. Again, I'm not going to show you where to get the pistol for the AI because she doesn't need that specific one, just anything that fits. You could buy one from the shop. It really just does not matter. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to show you where the Crimson Roar Type 3 is located now. Alright, and now right here in the White Frontier, you want to go to the Bridge of Hope. Oops, I accidentally pressed circle. And then Bridge of Hope entrance. Keep in mind, this is Dissonance of the Nexus, DLC 4. Alright, now I am fully buffed by my AI. Keep in mind though, I am only using version 1 of each of the buffs, so my character is actually going to be several times weaker right now. My defense is crap, my damage is crap, everything is crap, because level 1. Anyway, all you do is you come here and you kill this. Now I will show you the special invitation run with my friend giving me all the buffs that you would normally get from your Arphasis with this build, so you could see how effective it is. I'm going to stop at the boss once Lavir's dead, because there's actually no reason to continue after Lavir dies, because she's the one that drops the weapons. Killing the boss is just extra.